I want to tell you a little story. About 15 years ago, I was listening to the radio riding along, and I heard a commercial, and it was for Rick Terry Jewelers. And he was saying, I want to be your jeweler, I want to be your jeweler. And he started talking about this thing of making a cheeseburger for, you know, a family, some daughters, for their mom, their dad, you know, and I found it so fascinating that he could actually design up things that would be as intricate as a cheeseburger and do it at a reasonable price for these people. And so years later, I got to meet Rick, and I said, that is so neat. And then Rick became a client of mine. And so now Rick is going to tell that whole story a little bit again, and we're going to walk through that process with something, right, Rick?
Would love to do that for you.
So tell us the original story.
Vern, I have the most fun job because I get to do unique things
No,
that
I
mean
do. I get to
super.
talk to people
Oh no,
like you.
I got you beat. These two girls, when they
Okay.
were little bitty girls, they would ask their mother and daddy, "How much do you love me?" And a parent responding to a child in a way a child would understand says, "I love you 2 cheeseburgers worth."
I remember that.
Okay,
I remember that.
and so
I can hear it in my, I can see it, that radio in the mind, you know?
Yep. And so the young girls are now, they're grown girls, and they
Yeah.
have families of their own, and it's a special anniversary approaching. And they thought, you know, for the mom, let's give her a cheeseburger charm.
Okay.
And that's how it got started. They went several places, couldn't find anybody who wanted to do it, found one place. It was way over the top budget-wise. And someone had heard about Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. And
So the sky's the limit on what you can design, right?
well, I don't know that, but yeah, pretty
Pretty
much.
much?
Yeah. We say we can fix anything with the break of day and broken heart. So
Well, you got any new projects that you can?
we
you
do.
know-
I've got a great project coming
Okay.
up that's going to be fun. And as you know, as the American Cancer Society has a gala once a year.
something close
and the
to me,
entire
yeah.
community rallies together to make this a successful. And this year they approached me and asked me to do a feature piece, and we're going to
Really?
we're going to donate it, and it's a neat project. It's their logo.
Okay.
The gala this year is called the Hope Gala,
Okay.
and as you can see, I've got the brochure here,
Oh, yeah.
and right here, as you can see, in the middle of the word Hope is a lovely O with a lovely flower in here, and what we're going to do is we're not just going to make it out of gold. We're going to make it out of all 4 colors of gold.
There are 4 colors?
There are
They come
4
in
colors
colors?
in it. That's right.
I thought there were only 2.
Gold is a material.
Do they have a chocolate?
No, but wouldn't it be delicious?
My wife would love a chocolate gold.
I bet, I bet. But we're going to take the O and we're going to make it in yellow gold.
Okay.
We're going to take the flower itself and we're going to
right
make
there.
it, that's right,
Uh-huh.
we're going to make it in pink gold. We're going to do a white gold stem, and of course leaves are green gold.
Leaves are, oh, so they got green
So
gold.
we got green gold. So
Okay.
it's
Well,
not,
maybe I got a lot of gold at home. I got something that has a lot of green on it.
I suppose.
Maybe not. Different kind of green, I bet.
So if you like, I'm going to take you through the project and tell you how we're going to do this, explain it. We're going to do some footage of how this is going to be done, and now you'll be
And
more
you'll be
knowledgeable.
experts, okay, when
All
you
right.
finish with this.
Well,
All
you
right.
get to see what makes my job so fun.
Okay, so what happens first?
All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a combination of 2 art forms, and that is hand carving a wax pattern to give it that human artistic look. And then we're also going to include the CNC milling machine in the process. We have a great fun piece of tool. Of course, I'm all about tools. I'm a tool junkie. And we're going to do the O with the computer and what we call a CAD CAM.
Yeah, this is Matthew doing that right now.
That Matthew
isn't
is
it?
going to be doing that right now. He's going to create that on the design within the tools of the software, and he's going to create that design. Then he's going to create what they call the G code. And the G code is the tool path, and that what this is the O becomes an X, a Y, and a Z. It's an X, a Y, and a Z coordinate. So if you were to put that into a cube and you give it all those coordinates,
It knows where to go?
That's right. This tool is a milling machine. It's got a needle-like bit, and it's going to run back and forth across that cube, and it's going to go up and down where it needs to go to create that. So that's
So
the
it's
first
going to
step.
create the design of
Gonna
whatever
create-
you were after.
And we're going to mill into a wax pattern.
Okay,
And so
that's what we're doing.
What we do is called lost wax casting. It's a very, very old process. We're going to create this the O on the computer, but the flower we're going to do by hand. And then
Okay.
we're going to separate the piece and cast it into 4 different flasks with the 4 different colors of gold, and then we're going to finish them and reassemble them and complete the project.
Well, I guess one of the neat things about this is when you're using the combination of having the machinery, which gets it perfection,
Yes.
you know, personified, but then when you bring in the old artisan of doing some of that by hand, each piece then is its own piece. There's no two pieces alike when you're doing that combination, really, right?
Well, I think the art of doing it by hand gives it a character that, as wonderful as the CNC machine is, I still feel like that there's an element the machine misses. Okay, Vern. Now we've got the wax patterns ready to go.
They're ready.
They're all separated. We've got the sprue rods on the wax patterns. Every piece has got to be a different color of gold. We've got the green gold leaves.
Right.
We've got the white gold stem with the flower, and then the O, which is going to be
regular
yellow gold. Everything 14 karat. So we've got 3 rubber bases and 3 flask. Okay.
And this goes on here?
Yes, it does. What we're going to do first is we're going to put the wax pattern on the rubber base.
How's it stay on there?
Well, I'm going to melt it on there like we did the little sprue rods. We're going to melt it into place, smooth it all up.
All right.
Then this is a stainless steel flask. You know, it's got lots of holes in it. So we're going to take masking tape and we're going to cover this.
Cover the holes?
Here, cover the holes. And then we're going to take the stainless steel flask. We're going to put it into the rubber base with the pattern inside there, whether it's the stem or the leaf or the O. And now with the masking tape covering all the holes, we're going to invest this. Now,
what's investment mean?
Investment is like plaster of Paris. It's a white powder.
That sounds a lot better than my 401k.
That's correct. It's a way better investment. Okay, we're going to take the masking tape and we're going to cover the holes.
Cover them up.
Okay. The investment is like a white powder. We're going to mix it with water. It's going to look like a milkshake.
Okay.
Okay. And so we're going to pour the milkshake, which is investment, like plaster of Paris, onto the pattern. Now we've got to have this masking tape so it won't just go it won't just go everywhere. That's right. We're going to do that. And then after about 30 minutes of sitting up, it's going to get hard.
Okay.
Then what we're going to do is we're going to break, after it's set up, we're going to break the base loose. And you can see what's left when we did this. Now we've got masking tape, stainless steel flask, and inside here is the investment. And what's up inside there?
You've got the mold.
The wax pattern.
The wax pattern.
Now this is going to go into the oven. It's going to go up to 1450 degrees. It's going to stay there for 6 hours. What's going to happen to that wax?
It's going to melt out.
It's going to melt out. Therefore, a very, very old system, lost wax casting. That's how I got it.
Lost wax. Okay.
Lost wax casting.
That makes sense.
That's right.
And now, and that hollow part in there is what you're going to put gold or whatever
exactly.
into.
The cave is left the exact impression of each 3 of those pieces that we've got. And now one's going to get white gold, and we're going to take the other, we're going to put yellow gold, and the other we're going to put green gold.
Green gold.
And that's how we're going to do that. So that's our next step. All right, well, here we are in the casting room.
You got me worried with that.
I know. You watch out now. This thing's pretty hot. And what we're going to do, Vern, is we're going to melt the first shot here today on the casting, and we're going to do the pink gold.
Pink gold.
And as you can see how pink the color of the metal is, that we're going to give it a good melt here. It's going to take just a few seconds to warm this up and get this going here. Heating the entire crucible. That's called a crucible. It's clay graphite.
That's what holds it.
That's where the molten gold is going to be captured in the clay graphite.
Supposed to fly out the back.
That's right. See the little hole in the back? That's where the gold. See, that's where the gold's going to come out.
I got you.
All right. See, it's all nice and molted now.
That's
okay. Pink gold's a little unusual. We don't do a whole lot of casting in pink gold. Now that right there that I just put on was boric acid, and boric acid helps the gold flow.
So it flows better?
So that it flows. It's sort of like grease on a wheel bearing.
No
okay,
kidding.
we're going to turn the casting machine on. We're going to pull a vacuum right here, Vern. We're going to keep this a little bit warm, and we're going to go back into the oven and pull out.
Oh, that's warm in there.
The pink gold flask. See the little hole?
Yeah.
Remember, that's where the wax was. All right.
Yeah,
we're pulling a vacuum on here. You can see the vacuum gauge coming up. The gold is nice and molted. You can see when I have the torch on it, you can see it going. And so here we go. I'm going to heat this up.
Ready
just like
here
that.
It comes, and it's gone.
That's it.
And
all it was.
Zoom, it all went
Absolutely.
in there.
I'm going to sprinkle a little boric acid on there, kind of slow down. Boric acid, is good for oxidation. And so we're going to stop a second and let this let it cool off, become a solid. All right, here we go, Vern. Sprinkle a little boric acid on it, and we've got the 14 karat white gold. and we're melting these pieces. It's, see how it's melting away. And it all kind of comes together, kind of reminds you a little bit about Terminator. Remember when he...
Oh yeah, he melted.
Remember how it was all, he scattered into a million little drops and it all came back together? And so here it is, you melt it and it does the same thing.
Look at it flow there.
I'll tell you what, I love to see gold in it when it's molten. It's just so pretty. Just so pretty. Now see, there's a little floater in there, Vern.
What is that?
That's a little piece of the casting from the previous, because you know we reuse those sprues over and over and over again. And so I'm going to go ahead and grab a hold of that and drag it on out of there, because it doesn't belong in there. We don't want that in there. That's not good. All right, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Let's turn the casting machine back on. We're pulling a vacuum. We're going to reach in the oven.
Sucking it down.
And grab the 14 karat gold white one. And if you didn't know, see the W? There we go. That's right. We got to make sure we get the right one. Oh, we wouldn't.
For bush.
We wouldn't want to have green gold leaves that turn pink.
Oh, okay.
So here we go. And we'll get a good shot of that. Here's all. See how pretty that is. All right, here we go.
Ooh, we're going to turn it and let it pour.
There it goes.
Pass that. It's all gone.
Heat that up just a little bit. All right, sprinkle a little more boric acid. We're going to let it sit. And if you look on sitting on top of the oven, there was the pink gold casting.
It's
right there. It's cooling down. We're going to wait just.
Not touchable.
That's right here in just another second. We're going to dump it in the water and watch it explode. Okay, Vern, we're getting closer. Now remember what the wax looked like?
Oh yeah.
So here we go. We have exactly what we had in wax. We now have in gold. This is the O. Right. And of course it's 14 karat yellow gold. Oh. See the two little feeder sprues, okay? Then we've got, this is the top of the flower, which is pink gold. Now it doesn't look like pink gold, right? It's got all the oxidation on it, but we'll clean it all up and it'll look great. And of course we still have the stem.
We'll get rid of that.
It's going to be in white gold. We're going to bring it out here in just a minute. And then the two leaves that were off to this side, those were green gold. They're green gold, so we'll be pulling those out. And what we're going to do now, Vern, is we're going to cut these pieces loose. This is a saw, a grinding wheel actually. And I'm going to come in here and we're going to pull this loose. And let me tell you right now, it's getting hot. Okay, and if you'll notice, watch here, we're just going to break that right off, and you can see. Now, can you see, Vern? Look how pink it is underneath there.
Yeah,
see how pink that is?
Yeah.
All right, we'll clean all that up next. Let's go ahead and we're going to cut off the, that's
teach me how to use it. I could trim my nails.
You know what, say on, we'll just work on your teeth. Okay. All right, here we go. We're ready to assemble these with the laser welder. Pretty exciting piece of equipment we've got here. And this is Ernie Turner. Ernie is the laser welder expert, and Ernie's going to reassemble the 4 colors of gold into one piece here next using the laser welder. It's a very cool piece of equipment. We're excited to have it, and it does a wonderful job as opposed to just soldering a piece of gold back together.
Well, Rick, it's been a couple of days, and now we have the completed product, don't we?
Yes, we do, and we're very proud of it. I think it turned out fantastic.
It's beautiful.
The 14 karat yellow gold O, the green gold leaves, the white gold stem, and the pink gold flower itself. A one-of-a-kind piece. It's remind you, it's for the Hope Gala for the American Cancer Society. That's coming up here in about 2 days, and I think it turned out great.
And if you missed part of this show, you can go to Charter on Video on Demand, I Want More, and you can go in there and find this complete show and watch it anytime you want, because you know, there's got to be people out there that would, you know, want to make something, you know, that would be so personal to them, and you just about anything you come up with, they can come up and do. And I guess if you're not familiar where Rick Terry's locations are, tell them where they are.
We're at Kingston Pike and Campbell Station Road, right there in
the heart corner.
Right there in the heart of Farragut. And,
kind of a little down area,
yeah, it's
depression
kind of sitting
area.
in the hole there a little bit, and we're on Highway 321 in Lenore City. You can't miss me, right here on the main highway.
Just kind of in front of the Home Depot complex, really. You know, they have a new little area there, and it's really nice store here. You can't. Done a great job. I love it here.
Yeah. Thanks for being a part of this, Vern. And like I said, I want to be your jeweler. We can do it.
That's right. He's been mine, and now you've got a chance to have him be yours, because he can make your dreams come true and make somebody happy in your life. It's at Rick Terry Jewelers. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.